We'll go to our favorite place, our bolster, and make sure that your head is supported. All right, so let's roll down. And first of all, you can feel that tension in there, and then just take a few slow breaths and notice right away how your legs start to lengthen, and then the shoulders and even the neck area. And let's focus on the slow inhales and exhales. And sometimes when we're holding ourselves because of tension and pain, we don't even realize that other parts are being affected. So even the waist area, so just breathe completely into the belly, the mid-chest, and the upper chest. And if you have shoulder issues, you might want to put your elbows on 2 blocks, one underneath elbow, so it's a little less stretch for the shoulders. And then we're going to start to reach the arms out and up just really slowly and do a few of these. And if you close your eyes, you can feel how one side might be different than the other. So we're just going to even that out. And let's do a few more, lengthening now, even through the fingers. You can stretch the whole arm. And if you still feel tension in the shoulders, you can bend the arms. So let's take our arms over our head and see how we can lengthen a little bit more as we roll the shoulders down behind us, and then turn the head to the right, and then over to the left, just softly breathing. And we're going to come to the center and bring the arms down gently. Hands to our ribs, and breathe. Now we're going to focus on the facial muscles. And notice with our head on the bolster that the facial muscles can open up and the jaw can relax. We're going to slow down the exhales and take 5 slow breaths. Now we're going to take our arms once again up over our head, and let's lengthen again. So we're going to stretch the legs in one direction and arms in the other. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Make some circles with your feet, just out and in, and your hands. So you feel the lengthening of the whole body. Then we're going to bring the arms down slowly and turn to the right. And we're going to start with some shoulder circles. So the left shoulder, just bring it up, back, and around a few times. And you can feel even the neck opening up with this stretch. And breathe into it. A couple more. And go in the opposite direction with the circle. So it's like you're pulling down that whole shoulder, and it's related to the trapezius and the neck. And one more time. Then let's take the whole arm, stretch it up over the head and all the way around, opening the chest, and do a few of these. And we're consciously doing this a little bit more slowly so we could feel the stretch. And we're going to do one more circle. And see if you can open the arm and hold and breathe. So if it's too much, just bend the arm again. Just see what's comfortable and experiment. If you close your eyes and you're bending your arm, notice where the stretch is. And then gently straighten the arm and feel the different place where the stretch is. And you can try that a few times. Not overstretching, but just finding a little bit more mobility. And then we're going to bring the arm all the way around. And we're also letting the blood flow happen in there. And we're going to turn toward the bolster with our chest and breathe. And see if you can lengthen your arms a little bit more. And let's take 5 really slow breaths. And then we're going to gently press ourselves up using our hands, twisting a little bit more to the right, and breathing. So if you look down, feel that stretch in the upper back. And one more breath. And we're going to go over to the other side. And now we're on our left hip. We're going to start with the shoulder circles. Make sure your head is supported so it's not too much. So you can really relax the side of your neck and start the circles. You could close your eyes so you can really feel what's going on in there. And we're really surrendering. We're going to let it happen. Let that blood flow happen and opening up that fascia in there. When there's pain, we tighten up. So we're going to loosen that up and do a few more. And go in the opposite direction, just circling the shoulder. Feeling the stretch, and a couple more. And now that arm, we're going to take the whole arm all the way around. Let the chest open, roll the upper body as you're doing this. And you can go so slowly so you feel the movement in different parts of your body, as well as the shoulder and the neck. And we're going to do one more, super slowly. And when you're ready, we're going to hold the arm open. And just like we did on the other side, you can bend the arm and straighten the arm and see the difference. And maybe the pectoral muscles, even the armpit, the whole arm opening up with the shoulder. And breathing the whole time. And so when there's pain, you know, it's harder to keep the breath going, but that's our work, that's our challenge. And then another slow breath. And we're going to reach the arm around and let's face the bolster with our chest and lengthen and breathe. And as your body opens, continue to reach forward and take 5 slow breaths. And then we're going to walk our hands closer to us and press ourselves up. And first, just stretch here. And whenever you're ready, start to twist a little bit more to the left and look down and breathe. So we're doing these diagonal stretches. And we're going to gently come on up and let's face the bolster. Do our straddle. If you need to put your block underneath the bolster to make it higher so you can lean forward, go for that. Otherwise, we're going to start to hinge forward and put our head down and breathe. You want to make sure that you can relax your forehead down into the bolster. See if you can soften your breath and even soften the legs a little bit. And breathe into the whole spine. Let's take 5 gentle breaths. Notice the breath in your ribs. Feel how they're expanding. Now we're going to gently press ourselves up using our hands. And let's put our hands on the bolster and close our eyes and feel the breath now. Our breath is our great tool. It helps us to stay conscious and stay in the moment. And now let's open our eyes. We're going to twist gently to the right and lengthen the spine. And then let's go to the other side. We're going to twist to the left. And then come back to the center. So we're going to put the bolster on our right leg. So let's start to lengthen toward the right leg and breathe. And notice where your breath is in your body. And one more breath. And then we're coming up. We're going to put that bolster on our left leg and do the same thing, lengthening toward the foot and breathing. And a couple more deep breaths. And then we're going to come back up and just see how that feels. And we're going to put the bolster again on our right leg and we're going to do our side stretch. So right arm down, left arm over, and just breathe. So you might have to adjust your legs. Just see how this is as you take a few more slow breaths. And 2 more breaths. And then we're coming back up, kind of using the core to sit back up. Take a breath, feel the lengthening in your torso, and then putting the bolster on our left leg, we're going to do the same thing. Left arm down and right arm over, and breathe. And adjust yourself in any way to make a little bit more opening, or just hold and take 3 slow breaths. And then we're going to gently come back up and just take a breath here in the center and notice. Feel that slow inhale and exhale, and kind of soften your eyes. There's a little bit more lengthening in the spine. So let's sit cross-legged. And we're going to put this bolster in front of us. So we can open the hips and forward fold. I'm going to lay my arms over the bolster, but whatever's comfortable for you. And breathe. And slow the breath down. And as your body opens up, you can lengthen even farther forward. We're going to take 5 slow breaths. And then let's slowly come back up. And let's just stay cross-legged for a second and move that bolster, if it's there, out of the way. And let's twist to the right again and just notice any difference in the body, maybe a little bit more mobility. And then twist to the left, keeping the shoulders down. And then back to the center. We're going to flip our palms up and just sit for a second, feeling, kind of integrating what we've done so far. Let's take our right ear toward the right shoulder. So now we just have to let this happen as much as you're comfortable doing. You could lean all the way over there. And then we're going to come back up, using the obliques to lift back up. Take a breath in the center, and then left ear toward the left shoulder. And just breathe into this. And we're going to gently come back up. Let's do a little bit more with our neck. So we're going to turn just the head to the right, release the jaw, and then over to the left. We're tracking the eyes, keeping the shoulders down, and coming back to the center. Now let's look up with the head. Feel the stretch. We're going to open and close our mouth. And then easy does it, chin toward the chest. Release the head. And with the head down here, we're going to turn just like a pendulum clock. Head comes over to the right a little bit. Take a breath. And then over to the left. And then back to the center. And let's lift the head back up to neutral. And just notice for a second, our trapezius, it's connecting all of these things in our neck and helping us to hold our head up, as they say. So it's a lot of work, and our head weighs a lot. So now we're going to do a little back bend. So we're going to straighten out our legs and put the bolster behind our hips and use the block underneath the head to support your head. So we can breathe a little bit more and let our chest open and just be comfortable. So if there's any tension in your throat, it means that your head has to be a little bit higher. So we're going to soften the tongue and the jaw. And just feel that. Feel the difference when you soften the facial muscles. Let your teeth be apart a little bit. Feel free to sigh out any tension. And we're closing the eyes if they're not already, and lengthening the legs out too. So we're feeling this gentle stretch through the whole body. And slowing each breath down so you feel the space or the pause between each breath. Maybe you're working with that ujjayi breath, that whispering sound in the back of your throat. It helps you stay focused on your breath. And with each inhale, as we bring the breath into the belly, the mid-chest, and the upper chest, we're feeling this breath like an ocean wave, gentle and soft and rejuvenating. Let's also feel in our palms this sparkling light. Just feel like you're holding balls of light in each palm. And this light starts to travel up through the arms. So we're visualizing all of this happening and into the shoulders, down through the chest, the inner organs, and the hips, the legs, and the feet, and at the same time going up through the throat, the head, top of the head, and tips of the toes. Feel the sense of light in every cell of your body. See if you can feel this gentle wave of energy coming into the body and revitalizing every cell and molecule. And let's take 5 slow and conscious breaths. And as we're breathing, we're going to feel that whole diaphragm area. So a little above the navel and around the navel, below the navel. Feel that gently opening and releasing any tension with each breath. And one more breath, just nice and slowly. And we're going to bend the arms and we're going to hug the arms and put the hands on top of the shoulders. So it's like a little Santa hug, even though we're really not bringing our head forward, just to release any tension across the chest. And then we're going to roll to the side and we're going to gently come up just enough so that we can lay over the top of this bolster and put it vertically lengthwise. You can move the block out of the way, or maybe you need it, I don't know, but I'm going to move mine out of the way, and my chin is at the end of the bolster. So we've been doing our breathing. We're going to release our head now. If the chin is against the end of the bolster, we're lengthening the back of the neck. And now we're going to focus on our lower lungs. And with each exhale, see if you can allow your spine to not only lengthen, but to release tension. Notice how the ribs expand and the upper back is expanding with each breath. And this particular pose has helped me so much with my hip and low back pain. So just see if you can lengthen the arms down and feel the back of the head lengthening, because we're stretching out the spine. And let's take 5 conscious breaths. Notice where you're still feeling a little tension in your back. Just see where that might be right now. And take a couple more breaths, consciously breathing into that area. So again, we're bringing that sparkling light into our spine. And if you can, we're going to take our right hand and put it on our low back, palm facing up. And then the left one on top of it. And take 3 breaths here. And then we're going to release the arms back down. That's a little rotator cuff thing. So we're going to slide our hands underneath our shoulders and let's do some supported cobras. So we're lengthening the whole time, inhaling up and exhaling down. Being aware of gravity and even the weight of your body. And let's do 3 more. And for our last one, we're going to hold ourselves up and look up for a couple of breaths. And then release the head and press back into a child's pose. So we're going to put our head on the bolster. And feel the spine releasing. And now we're going to breathe into the low back and take 3 slow breaths. And we're going to gently come back up and move the bolster out of the way so we can come down on our back on our mat. And we're going to roll down. And let's bring our knees to our chest and feel how our body is pressing into the mat. Kind of shift the knees or the hips side to side or make a few circles, just wherever it's comfortable. So we're feeling the firmness of the floor underneath us. And then we're going to bring our feet down, arms come down, and just take 3 breaths. And let's start to slowly lower the low back down in pelvic tilts. And do a few of these very slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. And feel like you've got a tail. And that tail is pressing down. And feel the attachment of the tail. You can close your eyes. It just kind of helps to lengthen this whole lower spine area. And 1 more. Even let your head move. And now we're going to start to roll the hips up and down. So we're feeling the whole spine, how the shoulder blades are pressing down. And let's do a few more. And we're using our bigger muscles to help us lift and lower. So hips and glutes, legs, the core. We're going to do 1 more. And we're going to slide this bolster or block underneath us, and we're going to do some breathing. So some more breathing. So we're going to support that low body. First of all, our feet are on the mat, and just feel that. Feel this opening across the chest. And notice how much more the belly can move with the breath. And let's slowly raise the legs up and point and flex our feet. And make some circles with our feet. And circle in the opposite direction. And we're going to let our legs just be like this, Viparita Karani. If you need to do anything else, feel free. Otherwise, we're going to soften our eyes, and they can be doing drishti gazing, or you can softly close your eyes and feel. And we're going to be here about 3 more minutes. Feel the back of your neck extending. Chin is slightly tucked. So we've worked this upper back, and now we're pressing our body down into the mat and feeling the stability of that area of our body. The breath in the belly is soft. And we're feeling the pause between each breath. We're going to feel our solar plexus area around our navel, radiating energy and vitality like a sun. Visualize and feel that sunshine coming into each cell and molecule for greater health and vitality. Feel that light coming into every cell of your being. And feel that sense of peace in your body, in your heart, and in your thoughts. If you are enjoying this pose, feel free to stay here. While we end the class, there's no problem. Just enjoy this pose. Otherwise, if you're ready, we're going to bend our legs and slowly put the feet back on the mat and take a few breaths. We're going to lift our hips up and move that bolster away from us so that it's underneath the back of the legs and our palms are facing up. And let's take 3 conscious breaths. And again, if this is comfortable and you want to stay here, feel free to listen to your body and stay here. Otherwise, we're going to roll to the side and slowly come on up. And we're going to bring our hands to our heart and seal in our practice today together. Taking a deep inhale and sighing out on our exhale. Last time, wishing peace for our whole world. Namaste. Thank you for coming today. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Marianne.
Bye.
Hi,
Bye,
Mary. Bye,
Loretta.
Leah.